teenager.
Oh, that little red
Basically, he
flower's
grew the
come
head of
back.
the
You know, that
entire
was on
Italian
its
mob in
own
the
last
US.
year.
If you look at the picture, that's the face of a devil. The
I'll
rubies
save
are
for
set
this
as
year
the eyes, but
anyway.
there's even the tear. I mean, Luciano was a mobster. He killed people. I've been told by people there's blood on that piece. Don't bring it here. I don't want to see it.
Okay. Do you get any paperwork on this?
You won't find any paperwork on it. I've gone to as many archives as I can come up with. I've checked with friends in the FBI. I had a person describe it to me over the phone, having never met me. And he said, "Oh, you mean that piece with the diamond for the heart and the rubies for the eyes?" Guy had never met me before. And I said, "You saw it?" He goes, "Yeah, when I was a kid."
Since so many people are interested in mob legends, I think it's worthwhile getting some more info on this thing. If it really did belong to Lucky Luciano, it could be worth some huge money to the right collector. Have an idea what you want it for?
It'll be six figures.
Besides buying it for scrap, I'd have to make sure that he actually owned it before I'd pay any more than that. Believe it or not, Las Vegas has a mob museum. I know the curator of it. This is the one guy that would actually know. So let me give him a call. I'll be right back.
Sounds good. If this person can show some way that this piece belonged to Lucky Luciano, I'd be the most fortunate person that ever was.
New run, you were telling me, right?
Yeah.
Signature's pretty rare. It's a little weird that he signed it KK Rockney. The ones I've seen before, he signed it Nuke Rockney. So I don't know why they do that.
I'm sure you've seen thousands of photos of Lucky Luciano. You ever see anything like that? This particular design I'm familiar with. Be looking at something that would be worth tens of thousands of dollars.
Hello. Little white flower on.
You have never been alone. Indonesia, Egypt, Central America, it's right here. We have to question who really built this. A new season revisiting the best alien evidence from around the globe. Pyramids, tombs, advanced technology. I know you're gonna like this. If you're a fan of Ancient Aliens, you won't want to miss this one. Brand new Ancient Aliens. Thursdays at 9 on Blaze. Hey, look at our Simply Safe home security system.
Let's install it.
I'm hoping that gate ain't blocked at the other side. We're gonna go out in a bit, and obviously the cop's gonna have to help us, isn't it? If it is, because there's no I've noticed them.
2024 marks the 100th
Remember
anniversary
them
of the
planks that
official
were there
naming
then?
of Flying Scotsman.
Yeah,
Widely
well they're
considered
not
to be the
there,
most
so
famous
I have a
locomotive
funny
in the
feeling
world.
is
To mark this
used to
60th
block
anniversary,
the gate.
a
Well,
new gold 1/8 sovereign coin is being produced.
there's a way.
Featuring a front view of Flying Scotsman,
Right.
this is the first 1/8 sovereign coin
So,
ever to depict this
see.
record-breaking locomotive. This
Just
new
unblock
coin
it, don't
may
you
be
worry
yours
about that.
at the introductory price of just £69 by calling 0800
Right,
655
anyway, I'm gonna go, guys.
6215. This
Otherwise
price is
I'll never
only
get out.
available until the 31st of October
Right.
2024, after which they will be priced at £149. The image of Flying
Hello.
Scotsman is then colour overlaid with the 1924 livery in
Bless.
green, black and red, displaying its famous number 4472. Sovereign coins seldom have colour on their designs, but this new 1/8 sovereign uses colour to accentuate this historic locomotive. Only 5,999 of these new gold coins have been produced, meaning that fewer than 1 in every 4,000 UK households may own one. Flying Scotsman is officially the first steam locomotive to reach 100 miles per hour.
Oh, thanks.
And also holds the world record for the longest non-stop run by a steam locomotive at 422 miles. Today, it's part of the National Railway Museum collection. So, to own this gold 1/8 sovereign coin at the introductory price of just £69, call now on 0800 655 6215.
This is my picture. This is my picture. In any shape, easily made. My greatest moments will never fade. That's how my picture turns out great.
Wall decor, photo books, and many more photo gifts. Order now at mypicture.co.uk. Treat yourself to comfort in time for Christmas with HSL Feel Good Furniture. Enjoy up to 25% off our beautiful range of handcrafted chairs, including our stylish fireside range, our luxurious armchairs, and our famous riser recliners. Pop into one of our showrooms or call to arrange a
Seen our
delivery
little
visit.
white
Order by
flying
November the
about.
13th to guarantee delivery before the big day and get comfortable in time for Christmas with up to 25% off at HSL.
Hey, look you are. Hello.
The UK's first human heart transplant has been completed, supported by the British Heart Foundation.
We were a noisy generation, but it might be something quiet we do that becomes our greatest legacy. Leave a gift in your will to the British Heart Foundation and fund groundbreaking research that could help save millions of lives. Search BHF Wills.
Yeah, look you are, girl. Don't forget
Food
it.
to help you feel great. Be ready for whatever life brings.
Hey.
With recipes so easy, you'll love making them. Choose meals you can make in 10 minutes. At Mindful Chef, you won't find any refined
Hello.
carbs. We always use 100% British meat. All of our chicken is free range and lots of vegan options too. Try Mindful Chef now with 25% on your first 4 boxes. Healthy eating made easy at mindfulchef.com.
Oak Island, or as we like to call it, Treasure Island, baby.
This is a secret chamber commemorating Oak Island.
Wow, this could possibly be the hat.
What is that?
Hey.
We just found another Bobby Dazzler on Oak Island.
We'll be underground in the money pit for the very first time. Brand new The Curse of Oak Island continues Mondays at 9 on Blaze.
Like a sword. Yeah. Like a lion's. A lion's sword. Or is it
Looking to sell my dentist pole.
Dentist pole.
Yes, sir.
Well, what kind of dentist you got?
Excalibur? Is it Excalibur? Whatever. We'll pull it out of the store.
To sell my antique dentist pole. I'm looking to get 1,500.
Oh dear me, I've got no knowledge of
750. I like to sell because my daughter turned 21.
history,
I'd like to show her a good time.
spiritual, or cosmic of it.
This thing is cool.
Yeah, that's neat. It's not
Oh,
any of the
dear.
modern plastic ones. This is an old solid wood piece from the 1800s.
Ooh, what you
Yeah,
saying
someone
then?
might have told you it was a dentist pole because in the early 1800s, your barber and your dentist and your surgeon and your doctor were all more or less the same dude.
Jack of all trades.
There's been dentistry of one kind or the other for over 1,000 years. But it didn't become a modern science until the 1800s. Up until right before the 20th century, barbers were still pulling people's teeth. Generally,
Yeah, I hope that
a
ain't in
physician
bed,
or a barber
possibly.
would prescribe a bleeding,
No.
a purging from various sides of the body of the sickness. I don't think they did a lot of good. What the red, the white represents is the rags that they would hang out in front of their shops that were full of blood. They would hang them on strings, and the wind would turn them around, and it would look similar to this.
Okay. Rick, I'm surprised you even recognize it.
Yay.
You hadn't been in the barber shop in years.
Did your barber have one of these? Did you get bleeding from your barber? Collectors love old barber poles because they're great display pieces. The last one I got in here sold for a great profit. And this one is way older, so I'll
Oh,
have no
man.
problem selling it.
We're gonna have to
Looks
get
like
it.
it's in really good shape. It's the style of the time.
Uh,
What do you want to do with it?
I want to sell it.
hello.
How much you want for it?
1,500.
No,
Uh,
I'll be honest with you. I think we'll get a grand out of it if we're lucky.
I mean, I wish you had a little bit more something
Yeah.
with it. You know what I mean? A
I'll
boat.
be honest.
hello.
I'll give you $700 for it.
800.
No.
Is it a star?
It is really interesting. I do think it's from the 1800s. I'll give you $750 for it. I'll meet you in the middle.
Okay.
All right,
Deal.
All right, I'll meet you right over there, and I'll write you up.
I'm walking out the door, $750, and I'm gonna take my daughter and go do a little gambling.
Does that mean we've done it then? Eh? Have we all done
I
it?
have a 1954 scintillator.
Scintillator.
Cool.
Okay.
Do you even know what a scintillator is?
It's pretty much a.
Well, we've all done it, haven't
Why
we?
did you know that?
They're used outside
And
of
for,
nuclear power
for those who
plants.
stuck by me on this channel from
Blue one.
they would. Well,
I came in to launch up today because I wanted to try and sell some scintillating
yeah, you all deserve a pat on the back yourselves, I tell you.
I'm happy if I can get 150 for it. The least I'll take is 100.
You ever use one of these things?
No,
Does
but
it mean that?
I've read about them, son.
I just think it's a
I'll
piece
have
of
to
Americana because
find
it's
out,
just
won't
that
I?
era of that whole nuclear, cool science fiction kind of stuff.
Yeah, in the 1950s, everything was about nuclear this,
Right.
nuclear that. They had dreams of nuclear power powering everything.
You gotta understand, back then, people didn't understand how deadly radiation was. Corey, when they had the big tests, they had parties where you go outside and sit and watch the mushroom clouds, for God's sake. I never watched a nuclear explosion myself. That's a couple degrees of stupid over my limit.
In the 1950s, it was almost a gold rush, but for uranium. This is a giant battery right here, and you would pretty much just turn it on, and people would literally go out to the desert and start scanning the ground for uranium and think they were going to strike it rich.
Right.
This is a fun-looking gadget, and 50 stuff is always popular with collectors. I don't think this thing's worth a ton of money, but there might be enough in it to make it worth picking up. Any idea of what you want for it?
The company originally sold it in 1954 for $495.
How much money was 500 bucks back in 1950?
In today's money, it would be $4,000.
Minimum.
It ain't worth that today. You got about 100 bucks here.
Oh, you can't do better than that?
The unfortunate thing is that I have all the money and you have a ray gun. All it has is
Yes.
decorative value.
Right. There's got to be some science geek collector that's going to come in and say, I've got to have it.
I don't think so.
I just don't get very many of them, let's say that.
Would you go 200?
I'll go 125.
140?
If I go 130, will you feel like you won and you got something out of it?
135.
Okay, fine, 135.
All right.
See, like
Thank
that.
you. We ended up settling at 135, and I'm happy with that. My uranium-seeking days are over.
Earlier, a guy brought in a letter signed by the legendary football coach, Knute Rockne. But I'm not sure if the signature is legit, so I called in my buddy Drew to
Is it
take
a
a look.
swan?
Drew!
What's up, gentlemen?
How you doing, buddy?
All right, good to see you guys. I'm a forensic doctor examiner, and I love my job. Every
Does
day
that
is
mean
full of
that
done.
ugly ducklings turning into the swan? Eh? Does it?
Okay. What a fascinating life this guy had. He was like pretty much one of the founding fathers of
I was definitely the odd one out
He lost like 12 football games in his entire
in
career.
my family's kids as well.
You don't see too
Stood
many
out
guys,
like
so
so fun, if you know what I mean.
College football was the biggest
Yeah.
thing there was. Knute Rockne was at the top of his peak, so it's very possible this could be a secretarial. So we're gonna have to take a really close look at it to be sure. Now it is dated March 13th, 1931, so this was right before he died. Appears to be University of Notre Dame letterhead. Does appear to be written with a fountain pen, which is good because ballpoint
Right,
pens
Joe.
didn't
After all the stress that I've been under for years, it's going to take more than me turning into a swan just to even look like it did in 2016.
and there's a type of buckle to the K. Well, we just take the evidence of the signature itself, and of course all the other
I'm sleeping better though, I've got to admit. Once I do fall off, you know what I mean? A lot of times I'm just waiting up for cats, you know, the fur balls to come in, and then I can lock the door then, and, you know, we're all in safe and sound, and yeah, I sleep better. I don't have to sleep with one eye open anymore, really.
They'll pay top dollar for something like this.
Excellent, excellent.
But yeah, still, you know, still don't like the door being opened.
I really want this thing. College football collectors would go crazy for
So-
anything related to them. All right, so
I don't mind joint day and all that until I'm ready to go to sleep. It's, you know, if they're not in though, I've got to leave it open. So then
to be realistic, I have
I can't really fall asleep.
I'll give you 1,500.
But Angel's been brilliant because she's been coming in now, you know, like normal, like she was before. Instead of staying out and like she was pining for jigsaw and stuff. I hope to see him again though. I don't have to miss it. His lovely little cheeky face.
You know, it sits around for a while. If you want 2,000,
And I started, you know, giving him a bit of fish from my hand.
I'm
And,
probably looking to get more out of it than that because of the date on it. And I can see going as low as maybe 3,500.
anyway,
I think that's my
right, I'm going to go hello.
I mean, if I put it on my shelf, I'd take the first $3,000 offer that came along. $2 grand would be it. It really would.
Hello. Hi.
I don't think I'm gonna get to 2,000. I think it's worth more than.
Right,
2,000
guys, I'm going to go.
Well, it looks like it's not going to happen. Okay.
Bye
I appreciate you guys.
All right, thanks for coming in, man.
Thanks a lot. Thanks.
It sucks we couldn't make a deal. Rugby is a college football
It's still
legend,
there.
and I would have loved to have this item in my store. Earlier, a guy brought in a ring that he says was owned by the mob boss, Lucky Luciano. He didn't have any paperwork on it, but I thought it was worth getting checked out.
Right.
So I called in a friend.